Hey everyone, Old Man Pete here. Sorry it's been so long since I've uploaded. It's been a busy month, the month of June. Oh boy, I'm telling you, just so many things going on. Nothing bad, it's just a lot of things I gotta take care of. But let's do some Letterman. Let's have some fun. Let's laugh a little. These are always enjoyable. I think we're getting close to when he moves over from NBC to CBS. Okay, there's Dave. How do I start this? Oh, okay, ready? Here we go. Ha funny time.
If you're in the television or in the public eye at all, the one thing you have to be is media savvy. So a couple of months ago, I was sitting around with the boys and girls upstairs on the staff, and I said to the kids, how can I get some more press for myself? Because it just didn't seem to me like I was getting my fair share there for a while. So we put our heads together and we decided what we needed to do is forge a plan by which I could appear on as many magazine covers as possible simultaneously. Here, watch the results of that brain trust. Okay, Barbara, the name of the publication is Convenience Store News. And is this the first time you've had somebody like myself on the cover?
Yeah.
Yeah. You seem very excited. Can I stick my head under the Slurpee machine?
You can.
Oh,
you can.
Cool. I think of myself in spirit as a trucker. Are you a truck driver yourself?
Used to be.
Used to be. How come you gave it up?
More money in trade journalism.
You're chicken. You're yellow. Everything's under control.
I thought you were going to move it a little bit.
It was another carjacking. That's all it was. All right, so the publication is Beverage World. It looks like he spilled a beverage on his shirt, but it's actually his tie. Thank you very much. Thank you. Drive safely. Ow, that shocked me. Be careful with that thing. I felt a shock, right? Seriously, like an arc. She don't care. Come on in.
Oh,
come on in.
Dalmatians.
All right, look at the brain power. What are your covers usually like?
They're usually a tight shot or a really good-looking dog.
Great-looking dog.
Yeah.
Well, that would be me. Hello, boys. Hello, boys. I have a little suggestion for you. Just before we begin taking the photos, let's smear my face with liver.
Liver.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, even if we're not taking pictures, let's do that. I can tell you this because you're a cat lover yourself, and I'm a little embarrassed about this, but it wasn't until recently in my life that I could positively tell the difference between a cat and a dog.
What is it that now makes you be able to tell the difference?
I made a series of notes and observations in my journal, and then I ran them through my computer, through my PC, and I was able then to get a comparative profile that I still use.
Okay.
Hi, baby.
Aww.
What's all that hissing? Was that you, Kathy? Kitty, kitty. Kitty.
My cat doesn't hiss.
Set up that name.
Oh, there's Jake.
That was a little spooky. I thought we were...
That's Jake Johansson. Oh, let me mention something. As these videos progress, I started recording more, not just David and all the little things that he does on the show. You're going to start seeing a lot more comedians, maybe even some musical acts. But they're still very funny. It's just not going to be all David Letterman.
That was a little spooky. I thought we were going to CBS now. I feel pretty good. I'm glad to be in New York. I flew out this time. Well, that's the way I come every time. But a couple weeks ago, I went up to San Francisco, so I drove, because it'd be a 6-hour drive. I thought it'd be a chance for me to meditate about my life, you know. And it turned out after about an hour, I was done. And, you know, I hadn't planned on that other 5 hours, you know, and the interstate is the worst, too. It just drains your brain down to that squishy part, you know, just keep breathing. And, you know, and once I'm out there on the interstate, I don't like to get off. I just want to keep going. It's like a psychological, you know, because if you get off, then you have to leave your team. And you know how you get with the other cars out there after... It's about an hour. Then they're your team all at once. You know, you can't... the blue car, all right, go. You deserve it, buddy. But then always I have to get off, you know, for something, gas. So I get off. But if I'm getting off, then I want to do everything. You know, I get the gas. I want to get something to drink, you know, and because I'm worried I'll get dehydrated. And so and usually you can do it right in the gas station because they have that, they all now have that mini-mart groceteria center thing where they want you to believe like it's a grocery store, but you couldn't make a meal. You could have like a gum sandwich. Those last a long time, but they're not, it's not rewarding, you know. So I usually get the drink, right, and they have the self-service drink center, you know, so you can fill it up and yeah, you don't get that service when the guy does it, you know, very seldom will they do you want to swig it before I, you can fill it all the way. And then you can choose your own amount of ice, which no man should make that decision for another man, I don't think. You know when you go to the movies and I'll have a medium Coke. All righty. You see? No, you can see the guy's bicep flexing and a vein coming up. It's like every time I have to tell the guy, could I have a little bit less ice, you know? And if they would just give it to you, it'd be fine. But they always have to, the same thing, you know, oh, some people like it like that. Who likes it like that? I'm never behind the guy. Could I have more? Could you pack it down and put more ice and then just drizzle some pop on the top? So I want to go to my seat, take that first sip, and that's how I like it. You know, I've never had that happen. So anyway, I get my drink, and then you have to get a big drink, you know, because they don't have, they're all big sizes they have, you know. The smallest size they always call regular now, and it's not a regular amount of liquid. You know, you never would get that. For yourself at home, you don't get up from the TV and go in the kitchen and fill up a glass and a pot. That's my regular amount. You know, I mean, it's not even a refreshment at that point. It's like a kidney test. And I'm talking about the regular size, not that drink that you can relax in before you get back to the They always have that one like super slosh size where you ask the guy, how big is the super slosh? Oh, we don't keep the cups for that in here. In the back, you know. So I get my drink. You take it out to the car. Of course, it won't fit in the holder, you know. Our modern beverages dwarf the beverage caddies of the past. So you have to, there's nowhere in the car to put it, you know. So you look around and finally end up, you got to drive with that thing between your legs. And that's like a carnival game. You have to squeeze hard enough that you don't tip it over, you know, but not so hard that you pop the lid and get that geyser of pop, and you have a big wet spot that you have to stop at the rest area and clean that up. And that's where you meet your new team. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I brought in some videotapes. I don't know. I got a couple of years ago to get a VCR. Do you have one of those?
Sure I do.
They're amazing. You can rent these videos at your video store and then play them in your own home, and then you take them back. It's phenomenal. Well, you know all about it then, right? And I was looking over my collection of videos, and I said, man, I got way too many videos, so I'm going to bring them in, and I'm going to show you folks some of my videos at the house, and then you can help me decide which ones Hey, is there theme music for this? How about some peppy theme music? Would it kill you? some videos I found at my house. Look, this is one of those instructional deals. This is the ABCs of winning blackjack. Look, and it's starring our old friend, one of my good friends, one of my very, very best friends.
Who loves you, baby?
Me and Telly Savalas and I can't think of his name. Willie Nelson, yeah.
The three of you are like the Rat Pack.
The ABCs of winning blackjack, starring Telly Savalas. Here you go.
You got to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to hold on to it.
That's right. And commandment number 9, don't spend all your Kojak money or you'll end up doing lame videos. Each one of these little video boxes has its own windsock attached. This next video is entitled How to Cut Your Child's Hair. Roll it.
Working down to our perimeter or guideline.
Oh, poor kid. Oh, no.
Okay, now we've got the basic cut in.
This is the perfect way to tell your son, you're not worth the $8 for a haircut.
That was a long time ago. $8 for
Now here's another one. It's a video that helps you work on your eyesight. Well, this is just exactly what Paul and I were talking about. It's called the Eye Improvement System. Watch this.
Leveled and centered on the screen.
Right.
Concentrate. Hold your head still and level and look directly at the center of the screen.
Must buy eye improvement videotape. You don't need to tell me this is top-notch comedy. It's a gift. Thank you very much. Yes, I've been blessed in my life. Did I mention I'm Dave Letterman, your TV friend?
Dave Letterman, your TV friend.
Okay.
I like the title of this one, Pants That Fit.
Think about what are the problems that people usually complain about. They complain about a baggy seat, they complain about the back pulling down when they sit down, and they complain about excess fabric in the front of the pants above the crotch.
And remember, don't even think about blackjack if your pants don't fit. This next video offers professional advice for the care of cage-dwelling pets. It's hamsters and rabbits.
Should be regarded as members of your family when you bring them into your home. The first cage pet that I ever had as a child was a little Dutch rabbit. We kept my bunny.
Put the rabbit down and step away from the cage. Get away from the cage. Turn the rabbit loose. Put your hands up. Move slowly away.
I'm telling you, I can do them all. Oh. This next one's a... Save that for another show. Because we have our hands full here tonight. This next one's a cooking video starring Dom DeLuise entitled Eat This.
Oh, Mama, bisce fritte baccalà. Oh, Mama, bisce fritte baccalà. Oh, Mama.
I remember him.
I don't know, for some reason, I'm just not hungry anymore. Okay, here's an Irish exercise video entitled Jig, Don't Jog.
The arms, but pulse it up.
Look out for the truck! Oh, my God!
How are we doing on time? Are we 30 seconds? Can I skip ahead or I can't skip ahead? I can skip ahead? I can't skip ahead. Well, I'm getting a 1 yes, 1 no. You can't skip ahead. Oh. Well, then we have a little more than 30 seconds, don't we? We have this much left. here's one. It's from the Phobia Care Anxiety Disorder series, How to Conquer Your Fear of Flying. Watch this.
You sit at home and wonder if you're going to die in an accident today. And yet, the odds of this happening are much greater than they are for your being injured in an airline accident.
The sad thing, this guy is actually a TWA pilot. Can I skip any at all? So once I'm committed to the piece, I have to do them entirely. Oh my God, what a responsibility. But see, I don't want to do that one. I want to do some of these others. You can't skip ahead at all? This is like TV in the Stone Age, isn't it? I can go ahead?
Yes. Yeah, we can.
All right, this is the one I'm skipping.
Yeah. Throw that one away.
All right, thank you, Hal. Yeah?
Go ahead, you're okay.
Here's one. This is Designing Women's Dixie Carter in The Unworkout. TV's Dixie Carter, The Unworkout.
Step away from your tongue. Put your hands above your head and walk slowly away from your tongue.
Sad thing about that woman is actually a TWA pilot. This video is called Perfect English Pronunciation. Here we go.
Not. Nut. That's not date nut bread.
Pin. Head. That guy is a pinhead. All right, that's it. We're finished.
Very much. It's nice to be on the show. I spent a couple hours today shopping in preparation for my appearance. It's not something I enjoy, you know. Salespeople are so aggressive. This one guy tried to sell me a jacket that he knew was ugly because he kept stressing how durable the fabric was. You know, just what I need, clothes that aren't only ugly but will be ugly for a long time. So I'm living in New York now, about half a block from Central Park. I spend a lot of time in the park, feeding the squirrels. I always make this noise when I feed the squirrels. Sounds nothing like a squirrel. Still, the squirrels come running when they hear it because they know that's the noise people make when they feed the squirrels. One time when I was feeding the squirrels, I happened to catch sight of two rats who were looking on with obvious envy. And it hit me how resentful it must make rats knowing that they're just a bushy tail away from being hand-fed in the park. That's why I think rat and mouse traps are such cruel devices. I mean, imagine what must be passing through these poor animals' minds when they see that hunk of cheese just sitting there for their taking. They must be thinking, finally, after all this time, someone loves us. It would be like presenting Sally Field with an Academy Award, and then just as she reached out to grab it, clubbing her over the head. Originally, I'm from Spokane, Washington. I was just there this past week. I flew into the Spokane International Airport. We call it the Spokane International Airport, even though there are no international flights. We got the idea for the name from the International House of Pancakes. We figured it would add an air of sophistication to the region. I had a rough flight back to New York. I'll tell you, this political correctness craze is spun out of control. I got yelled at by an airline employee. We aren't stewards, we're flight attendants. You know, whatever you are, go fetch me some peanuts and a Diet Coke. You can be astronauts if you want, I don't care. I was in Spokane visiting my parents. They just got a new dog, a basset hound. My parents have had 4 basset hounds now. Unfortunately, 2 of them have been hit by cars. That happens a lot with Bassets. They have such long bodies, they think they're across the street. Damn, how'd that happen? My parents also just became grandparents for the first time. My brother and his wife had a baby boy. I haven't met the kid yet. My mother has. She gave me the scoop. She told me he's the most beautiful baby that I've ever seen. His head is perfectly round. I only wish that I were judged by such slack criteria. Mr. Stilson, we've decided to offer you the job because your head is incredibly spherical. Well, thank you very much. I don't have any children of my own. I'm not married. I don't think that I could ever propose marriage. You know, that would be very unnerving. I wouldn't want to buy an engagement ring. I have poor taste in jewelry. I'd rather just hand the woman the money. Here, will you marry me? No? How much more? The engagement ring is a form of payment, though. It's a statistical fact that, on average, women who never get married live longer than women who do, but men who never get married don't live as long as men who do. You know, It's only fair, then, that some type of compensation is extended, you know? Here, this is for the life that I'm about to suck out of you. If I ever do get married, I'm not sure if I'll want a honeymoon. Seems like an odd tradition to me, the honeymoon. You know, you've just taken the vows when you rush off to some vacation hideaway where you spend every second of every day with the very person to whom you just pledged your entire life. 2 weeks apart, I think, would make more sense. You have the rest of your lives to get sick of each other. Why rush it? Some couples wait until their honeymoon before they consummate their relationship. You know, that sounds romantic, but it's impractical. You know, your wedding night is the wrong time to learn that your mate for life can only get aroused if you put on a grass skirt and dance to Burl Ives songs. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. I like the comedians. I forgot I think his name was Jeff Stilson. I used to watch a lot of like stand-up comics. They used to have a lot of TV shows, late 80s into the 90s. It was very popular and trendy. So you'll probably be seeing a lot more like stand-up comedians on the show. Yeah, those were good. Those were really good. Some of those were hilarious. Oh my gosh. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll keep doing more. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like the channel, be sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.